ini anggap tidak percaya sama saya. Tapi apakah Anda tidak percaya juga dengan orang-orang Inggris ini yang sengaja datang jauh-jauh?
One, two, three, come on!
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Halo guys, teman-teman semua di sana. Apa kabar Anda? Dan tentunya doa yang baik-baik akan selalu saya panjatkan kepada Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa untuk kita semua. Semoga dalam keadaan sehat, yang sakit agar lekas dapat disembuhkan, yang sehat semoga dapat tetap menjaga kesehatannya setiap saat. Amin. Amin ya robbal alamin. Di sini ada satu berita, satu kabar lainnya guys ya. Tapi saya berpikir ya, entah mengapa kok bisa Proton ini semakin hari semakin menyala saja. Nah, di sini ada satu kisah dari keluarga asal Inggris, guys. Dari Inggris, satu keluarga jauh-jauh ratusan kilometer dari Inggris Raya menuju Malaysia hanya demi Proton. Dan ini satu kabar yang gila menurut saya, guys. Mengapa? Cobalah seandainya saya posisikan diri saya menjadi orang Malaysia, dan saya melihat ada orang lain dari negara non jauh di sana datang ke negara saya hanya demi melihat produk asli buatan negara saya. Luar biasa bangga sekali rasanya tentunya guys ya. Dan itulah yang terjadi saat ini. Bagaimana Proton itu sudah mewabah guys ya. Sudah mewabah hingga sampai kemana-mana. Jauh-jauh dari Inggris, rela ke Malaysia hanya demi Proton. Oke, kita akan saksikan video itu karena saya juga sangat penasaran.
Jeff hires cars, and this is my rented Proton Saga, and I'm very excited about a road trip that we've got coming up over the next couple of days. You might be wondering where we're going on our road trip, and we are too. We haven't booked anything. All I know is we've got this car for 3 days, and we've got a drop-off location in Langkawi. That's a lorry. But when I said to Mrs. Jeff this morning we're going to Langkawi, she said, "Are we?" I didn't think we were, but yes we are. So we've got 2 nights to stop somewhere interesting, and then Langkawi Island, where we'll deliver the Proton to another destination. So I'll review the Proton on the way and see what we can find. There we go, parked up for the moment. Next to an almost identical car actually, that's a V8 Bentley. I already love it obviously, but right now I've got to go down to the lobby to wait for Mrs. Jeff and the kids, and then we're road tripping. Where to? Nobody knows. Right boys, hire cars here. Hire cars here. That's alright? Not gonna be okay? I was showing that that's not ours, ours is over here, look. There we go. That little one. What do you think? Yeah, it's a bit more Jeff, isn't it? It's a Proton. Right, Proton Saga has ample space for a family of 4's luggage if they're travelling for 2 months. There we go. We've learnt something today. Oh, hang on. Oh, look at that. The arms for the boot go straight into the boot. So we're going to need to repack this if we're going to close the boot. Check it out, this is the Proton X70 TGDI, and I swear that's the same font that Volvo use. If you put a C in there, XC70, that's basically my car at home. That is quite a good looking car, I think. Not sure if this one's a Geely under the skin, because Geely do own parts of Proton, but that's impressive considering the Proton that I had on my YouTube channel just before Christmas. And over here is the Proton X50, slightly smaller model. I do think these are both Geelys, but again, if you think where Proton has got to relative to where they were, and out the front here, that is a bit more Dubai in it. V8 twin turbo G-Wagon, some pretty hideous Mercedes. Right, into the mall for a coffee where it's cold, because it's about 1,000 degrees out here. Right, first impressions of the Proton Saga.
I didn't get
It's
banana.
got a key. You didn't get banana?
It's kiwi.
Mrs. Jeff goes, "Oh, I've got some dried banana from the Japanese shop." It's not banana, it's kiwi. You didn't get any of those baked chicken's feet?
No, I
No.
got beef jerky.
I really wanted some of those baked chicken's feet.
We do have a seatbelt.
Right, so the Proton doesn't pick up the fact that there's an iPhone plugged in. just says device error. So we've got no music, and there is no sat-nav on that. I've got to show you this screen because it's ridiculous.
So bad.
Yeah.
Well, look, I was thinking that there'd be a sat-nav on here, but in fact the screen is only that bit there. It's just literally an LCD. Why didn't they make that part of the dashboard? It literally stands out. That is crazy. It's almost like it's in the way. I want to put it away. Bluetooth audio, tuner, USB, that's it. So that whole thing...
Can you do it via Bluetooth?
Probably, yeah. It's just offending me by its ugliness and the fact that it pops out. What they've done there is they've made it look like it's got a huge screen because they're trying to jump on the big screen bandwagon, but they haven't put enough on that big screen to make it worth having a screen there. That should not be a screen. Just put it down here in the radio like where it should be. Right. Okay, we haven't even left yet, and I'm already criticising the Proton. The people in Malaysia are going to hate me. Let's go.
Should have gone.
Mrs. Jeff says I should have gone for the upgrade. Good afternoon. Well, we are on our way in our Proton road trip, on the way up towards Penang and eventually Langkawi via Georgetown, and we've stopped here. I've no idea where here is. Can't tell you, but there's a few cars I want to show you. Obviously. First up, brown Proton. Absolutely beautiful. What a lovely little car that is. That's very cool. Like that a lot. Great colour. It's not Proton, it's Perodua. Very, very nice. I like that. Very cool. Number plate JPF. So we like that. I like the truck, obviously. Old-fashioned. It's not old-fashioned, is it? Is that a Navara? Yep, Nissan Navara. And it says Hidup Rakyat on there, which I've got no idea what that means. This is that's a Proton, but it's not our Proton. But if I cross the road, what I want to show you is this Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 2 over here. But it's not a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution at all. It's actually another Proton. I'm pretty confident that this is a Proton Persona. It's just got a cool little body kit on it. I think it looks great. Love yellow cars, I do. You've probably realised that already from watching the channel. But that is a Proton that looks a lot like an early Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. Yep, I've got all the time in the world for that. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a business card on the guy's car with the name of my channel on it, so he knows that his car has been featured on YouTube's most boring car channel, and that will be a mark of pride in Malaysia. Probably won't be, but I like the car. Little racing strap on the front there for when you're doing a track day, you know, for if you're on a Malaysian track day. But yeah, love it. Cool. Black bonnet, yellow car, little spoiler, white wheels. There is a lot to like there. And then back over the other side of the road, there's the yellow car. Look, I did leave a business card on his window, so it'll be interesting to see what happens about that. Down here we've got a BMW, so I'll just take a stroll down here past my Proton. That one's mine. It's got loads of power, actually. You never actually feel when you're on the road that it hasn't got enough power to get you out of trouble. Thankfully, I haven't been paid for this review of the Proton, so I could be honest. It is totally gutless. It's one of the most gutless cars I've ever driven, but they're cheap. Equivalent of £6,000 only. Right, here we have an E36 BMW that has definitely seen better days. Let's take a look. I used to love buying E36 BMWs when they were 500 quid, but annoyingly the price has gone up now. I'm liking that. It's got a double spoiler on the back, look, so it's obviously a saloon. It's got drilled brake discs on the front, double spoiler, no badging apart from the M badge, and look, the number plate says BEM 328, so I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark and guess that it's a 328, which is the one you want. Is it a manual box? Can't tell because the windows are so tinted and I don't want to get that close to it because it's not my car. Bird's getting a good feed there out of the bins. Speaking of bins, I've got two of them here. That is a Perodua. Is this one a Nipper?
Oh, ini kan
Or is it a Kalari? I can't remember, but isn't this the car that Jeremy Clarkson famously destroyed outside the dealership back when it was the UK's least expensive car in probably the year 2000, maybe before then? It wasn't him that destroyed the export market for Perodua. Basically, they don't meet modern emission standards, so you can't get them in the UK anymore, which is a shame because you, as I've said in other videos, you basically can no longer buy small cheap cars in the UK. Speaking of cheap cars, let's go take a look at my Proton, not this one. That is another Proton Persona, this time with a hatchback. This is another Perodua. I always thought it was Perodua, but people are moaning about the way I pronounce it, and I don't care. This one's mine, and this is the equivalent of about £6,000 in UK money, brand new from the dealership. So we don't have full cover on the insurance for the hire car. Mrs. Jess said to me, what are you going to do if you crash it? And I said, well, if I break it, I've bought it. So that's that. Another Proton here. This is a Saga Iswara, much older model. And I love these. I love the shape of them. They make me happy because they remind me of my granddad. And the whole buying that car in the UK has basically led us here. So, yep, I always have a lot of love and respect for the Proton Saga Iswara and Malaysia's love for the Proton Saga Iswara. The response that I got from Malaysia to that video was just quite lovely. And then over here, I've got my family waiting for some food, which is quite funny because they've got no idea what they've ordered. I've got a couple of interesting cars I can show you as we walk into the wind. What's this one up here? I think it's another Proton Persona. Lovely. Evolution 3. There you go. It says Evolution 3 on the sill. So that is the cars of Malaysia. That one's got a carbon bonnet as well, look, though unfortunately some of the carbon fibre has come off in the dust. Now the roads to get here were quite hilarious because you'll be flying along and then suddenly there'll be a jump. So they maintain the speed of the traffic in Malaysia on their more larger, open roads in the rural areas by just having random jumps placed around the road. We nearly took off a couple of times. It was hilarious, but that is Malaysia and this is lunch. And seeing as I'm rubbish at making food reviews, I am once again having Tom Yum soup. It's about 40 degrees out and this is about 1,000 degrees, so might be a while before this cools down. Do we like our burgers?
Nope.
No, too spicy?
Even have mine.
Oh dear. 3 meals for Daddy again.
How's your soup?
Excellent. Spicy, flavourful, and very, very cheap. How much was this? Tom Yum soup is 9. So 9 divided by just above 5. This was less than £1, and it is beautiful.
You got a sweat on there?
Yeah, I mean it's hot, and I'm hot.
I even like it.
Hey, welcome to the Sweat Box. We have done 130 kilometres, and now we're on the second leg of our trip, which should be a 3.5 hour, 135 mile drive up to Penang, unless we see anything exciting on the way, like toilets or beautiful idyllic scenes. Someone's door's open, unless someone's put these lights on. Someone's got a door open. It's you in the back. There we go. Unless we see something exciting.
Or a shop to get a charger.
Or a shop to get a... No, the charger's in the boot. You should have got it out earlier. So basically, it's 3.5 hours. This is the... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the non-stop to Penang. There are no stops between here and Penang, so if you need a toilet, you should have done it already. Thank you for flying with Daddy Airways. The exits are all blocked and the toilets are non-existent, so I suggest you have an empty bottle and an open window. The captain will check in with you in 3.5 hours time. Please don't disturb him. Daddy. Goodbye. You're already disturbing the captain. Have I dried off now? No, I'm still soaking wet. Ladies and gentlemen, the captain would like to apologise for this unscheduled stop. He's just seen an old BMW 7 Series and a very, very, very battered Proton and would like to film it. If anybody needs a wee or a poo, there's a river just there.
Oh, you stop for these things, well, I need the toilet.
Well, you'll have to wait. Oh, do it in the air. Look at this. Genuinely, there is a river right there that they could all quite happily wee and poo in. Everybody else seems to have, so I don't see why it would be a problem. There's my Proton. I'll film this way, you don't have to see how sweaty I am. Right, BMW 730. Absolutely beautiful. This is an E32. E32 7 Series in glorious blue, right-hand drive. It's got a sunroof. That is quite a clean car. I absolutely love it. That's one of the smartest cars that I've seen the whole time I've been in Malaysia. There is a lot of bird poo here, and that's not good for the Proton that is back here. Oh no, it's too far away. She'll kill me. No, it's all right. We can do it. We'll go all the way back up here just to show you this Proton covered in bird poo. I have left the air conditioning on, so you can see what I'm seeing. Whilst the family are okay, there's another Proton over there, another Proton over there. It's like spot the Proton, but I'm loving it. This is great fun. This is definitely more interesting than Dubai. Little Perodua right there. Loving that. And then a little bit further back here.
Lebih menarik dari Dubai.
She's going to kill me when I get back in the car because I walked so far. This journey's going to take us forever. If I stop and film every interesting Proton that we see, oh, a Nissan Maxima, just like Vince from the Fast and the Furious. That's what he had, isn't it? Except it's badged as a Sphero. Is that right? It's definitely a Nissan Maxima. But you tell me in the comments. Here we go, look. This one looks like it's been here forever. Love it. I love these little abandoned Protons.
Semua jalan itu ya.
Covered in stickers, covered in rust. Look, the roof is virtually gone. That is amazing. I absolutely love that. That'd last 5 seconds if you brought that back to the UK. It's brilliant. They're all over the place. I don't know if they're abandoned or what. I mean, it doesn't look like it's moved in a while. Right, let's get back to our little Proton. Oh, I love
Wah,
it.
ini kalau di
I love
Indonesia
seeing all these
langsung
Protons.
dipakai lagi nih guys, diperbaiki ya.
I mean, I might be very sweaty. I wish my grandpa was alive to see this video. He would have loved seeing me go to Malaysia to document all these Protons for him. Grandpa, wherever you are, if you're watching, I hope you're having fun. And yeah, he's probably actually turning in his grave now saying, look, I did a lot of cool things in my life. And, you know, I did a lot to inspire the grandkids. And the one thing that they took away was the fact that I drove a Proton. Yeah, he's probably not best pleased, actually. Sorry, Grandpa. Right, back on the road. Let's have another look at this BMW on the way out. It is absolutely sweltering hot. It's quite funny. VKE 32. That is a beauty. Yep. Love it. Automatic. It's got black leather as well. Very, very nice car. All the windows are tinted, so you can't see, really. But yep, love that. Right, in my Proton to get it in the neck for wasting time filming crappy old cars. This is what holiday is like with Jeff buys cars. Let's go.
Dan sudah kita lihat kan bagaimana pengakuannya. Seperti sama dengan apa yang saya rasakan, apa yang saya katakan selama ini. Memang asli. Bukan hanya saya guys. Bahkan ini adalah orang Inggris. Satu keluarga, bagaimana pengakuan mereka yang sungguh-sungguh sangat excited, yang sangat gembira saat melihat hal tersebut dia jumpai di Malaysia. Ini bukan pengakuan dari saya saja ya. Oke, mungkin Anda, banyak daripada kalian yang nggak percaya sama saya. Tapi ini adalah pengakuan dari orang Inggris langsung. Bagaimana mereka jauh-jauh dari Inggris Raya, terbang ke Malaysia hanya demi Proton. Itu membuktikan apa guys? Bahwa Proton itu memang sudah sangat disukai di sana. Dan menjadi memori kenangan-kenangan yang selalu mereka ingat. Terutama kakeknya yang juga user Proton dari zaman mudanya. Dan hingga hari ini, bahkan cucunya ini sampai ke anak-anaknya. Anak dari cucunya. Itu masih berada di dalam Proton. Dan hebatnya lagi, Proton tidak pernah berhenti untuk berinovasi. Selalu mengembangkan, selalu memajukan dalam teknologi yang tinggi. Ada EMA 7 sekarang. Dari Proton X50, X70, X90, sekarang ada EV. Besok apa lagi yang akan dilakukan nih guys ya. Karena Malaysia ini selalu beradaptasi dengan kemajuan-kemajuan zaman. Dan kalau itu terjadi, maka kita juga bisa melakukannya. Harusnya begitu ya guys ya. Karena Malaysia itu kalau menurut saya tidak mau kalah dari kemajuan-kemajuan yang diciptakan oleh Amerika dan juga Cina. Malaysia juga stabil dalam mengikuti kemajuan-kemajuan tersebut. Dan kita juga harus dapat melakukannya. Ini anggap tidak percaya sama saya. Tapi apakah Anda tidak percaya juga dengan orang-orang Inggris ini yang sengaja datang jauh-jauh hanya demi satu hal yang istimewa ini saja di Malaysia guys. Dan sudah menjadi gambaran nyata bagi kita semua bahwa produk Malaysia itu diterima di dunia internasional bahkan hingga saat ini. Baik, demikian tadi video aku. Semoga video ini bermanfaat bagi kita semua dan aku mohon undur diri, mohon maaf jika ada kesalahan kata, kesalahan sikap pada Anda semua mohon dimaafkan dan aku akhiri. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.